Psalm 9, verses 1 through 10. I will give thanks to Yahweh with my whole heart. I will tell of all your marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish in your presence. For you have maintained my just cause. You sit on the throne judging righteously. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wicked. You have blotted out their name forever and ever. The enemy is overtaken by endless ruin. The very memory of the cities which you have overthrown has perished. But Yahweh remains forever. He has prepared his throne for judgment. He will judge the world in righteousness. He will administer judgment to the peoples in uprightness. Yahweh will also be a high tower for the oppressed, a high tower in times of trouble. Those who know your name will put their trust in you, for you, Yahweh, have not forsaken those who seek you. Psalm 9, verses 1 through 10. The one verse that sticks out to me, and honestly, this was a little bit of a struggle because it's definitely a psalm of praise from David. But the one verse that I kept coming back to was verse 9. Yahweh will also be a high tower for the oppressed and a high tower in times of trouble. This brings the imagery of God is a place of protection and a place of refuge. When the world on the ground is so chaotic and so evil that, daily life makes it hard to live in and through because of what's going on, God has this place of refuge that is up on high, that is away from the stress, that is away from the evil, that we can find protection and comfort and security in. And I think what really connected me to, and I've been writing about this a lot lately, is being a high tower for the oppressed. If you're familiar with my blog, I'm in the middle of a series called Serving Up Justice, where I've taken some highly topical issues that are going on today and just trying to tie it to the Bible too to get a better understanding. But I also have gone in depth as far as defining certain things, explaining, key statistics. Like I did a section on racial reconciliation, and I broke down what race crimes are happening too. And I've done stuff on domestic violence. I'm currently working on one that'll come out next Saturday, or I should say this upcoming Saturday, on xenophobia, which honestly wasn't even a term that I fully knew about until I dug into this. And to talk about all this has been heavy. I mean, it really has, especially to one of the Man Over the Minds that'll come out this week. I went full in depth on um, kind of being the hands and feet of God and talking about taxes, and as a tax preparer, it's kind of I don't want to say it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's one that has always like hung tight to me. But I went through and talked about like, this is where our income tax goes. This is how it's spent in the government. This is why the government's fighting about our budget. This is how we can help. And the more I think we talk about that, and the more I think we explain the discourse that is happening around that, we can find more areas of security and more areas of commitment to going out and being God's hands and feet to others. And I think having conversations like I have with you guys about, what's going on and try to give it obviously from a middle ground, nonpartisan perspective is important because we're in a high time of misinformation. We're in a high time of my side versus your side instead of explaining the side. And to have that place of security and refuge and protection for those that are being affected by it, the impoverished, different ethnicities, different demographics. It's important to have now so more than ever, especially with the current healthcare issues and the halt of the SNAP benefits that's going on, that we offer more of those safe spaces and we offer more of those areas of protection. And it's time for us as God's creation to be his hands and feet and to go out into your community, check on your neighbors. Do they need any groceries? Do they need any rides to doctor's office? Do they need help paying for groceries or medical bills? It's times like that that we need to start giving in where you can. And I want to state that outright, because I know we are very adamant about, like, go help, to go do this now. But it can also, that type of language can also bring upon guilt and a sense of, I want to help, but I can't financially or I can't physically. And it can bring upon this frustration, inner frustration of, I'm not doing enough, therefore I'm not enough, therefore God's mad at me, type thing. And obviously that should never be the case. Give where you can, how you can, to the best of the ability you can. God's love is a self-sacrificial love. Give where you can, but do not pour from an empty glass. Make sure that you have enough food on your table to survive. Make sure that all your key bills are being paid for. Yes, you might have to cancel a subscription or two. Yes, you might have to go for the name brand stuff rather than the good stuff, but do it where you can, how you can, and allow that extra that comes out of it to go towards different food banks or different medical resources for our neighbors. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in this upcoming Serving Up Justice blog that'll come out this Saturday, with xenophobia. I feel like that's where it's heading. I don't know for sure yet, because I don't, I try not to plan. I'm like, I know what I'm going to talk about and everything, but um, as far as like the meat and potatoes of it, I don't know until I'm actually writing it. I kind of like to use that flow of thought type thinking. And I feel like that's where it's going to head. So, but that's where I'm going to leave this off at. I know it was kind of got a little bit rambly towards the end there, but what I want you to walk away with is God is a place of protection. It's a place of security. He's a place of refuge. He can take you out of the chaos and evil that you may face. You will still have to do the work, but he always has the path to lead you out, and he always is with you in the middle of. So that wraps that up. Again, next Sunday I'll finish up Psalm 9, and then Monday's break, and then Tuesday we'll be back for the next part of Who Am I Again. And until then, stay blessed.